Hello? I'm going to assume that my audio is not coming through my thing again. We'll figure that out later. Hello, everybody. Hello. I know I'm rushing to get here, and yeah, we have a huge delay today. It says that my quality sucks again, so I don't know. YouTube hates me. I know I look really rough today. So Vince and I have been, well, I've been just nonstop for the last several days. And for the last couple months maybe, we have been working to clear out this storage unit that we've had for 5 years, about 5 years. And we didn't want to get charged again. And tomorrow is the day that we would get charged again. So they're only open for a couple of hours today. Like they open at 1. So we had to hurry up and get there at 1 o'clock, get the rest of our stuff out of there, clean it up. And yeah, that, and oh my gosh, you guys, my life is just chaos. Chaos. I live in chaos. Anyway, to give you an idea of what's going on, so yes, there's a painting on my easel. However, please try not to be disappointed. We are quite possibly, in fact, I'm going to just go ahead and say 95% certain that we are not going to have a video next week. And I started this one just kind of as a way to hopefully maybe knock something out in time for next week, but it's just not going to happen. So I always have like 85 irons in the fire, and, you know, nothing ever seems to get done because, you know, I have my priorities and this has to be done and all of the other stuff falls by the wayside. But I need to do these things too. They're just not priority. So this week I had to say, okay, I have to get these things done because I've been working on them for like months and nothing's getting completed. So I had to say, okay, then we're probably not going to have a video next week so that I can dedicate some time to these things. So I'll tell you a little bit about what's going on. Part of that was the storage unit. We had to get that, and it's not a week off. Trust me, it's not. Don't tell me to enjoy my week off, because it's not a week off. And actually Tuesday is the end of my week. So this whole week has been my week off, and it hasn't been a week off. So I'll be right back to work tomorrow. So we had the storage unit. That's done. Yes. I can't believe that stupid storage unit is empty. Empty. Feels so good. Then I have a project that I'm not ready to talk about yet, but you guys will be the first to know about it. I have a project that I've been talking to Vince about doing for months now. I mean, since last year. And it's something I've really wanted to do. I've started working on it a couple of times, but then had to stop because it's not my priority. So this week I said, this has to be my priority right now, or it's never going to happen. So that's what I've been working on all week, is this project, and I'm making progress on it, and I feel like if I can just get that ball rolling, then it'll be easier to fit it into my week while I'm doing my regular work. I know I'm just rambling at you right now, but so that project is well on its way, and that's really exciting, finally. Also, I have been rebuilding my website. No, I'm not talking about redesigning a couple of things or changing the color of the background. I'm talking about, I started with a whole new website that my URL is not even on it, anything. I'm like building it on the back end, starting from scratch, rebuilding every single page on my website, which includes, I have to rebuild my store. I can't just transfer what's in my store over to the new one. I have to create all of those listings brand new again. And that's all my brushes. That's all of the paintings. I mean, I worked on it in one sitting yesterday, I think, for about 3 hours. And I only got through about half of the paintings in my store, if that gives you an idea of how much work my website is. And the reason that has to be my priority right now is because I really want to push out my new website tomorrow. So we'll see. I just realized, oh, now that I said tomorrow. So that's what I'll be doing for the rest of the night, is finishing my website, so that I can push play on that tomorrow. I hope that you guys really like it. I think it's going to be a little bit more user-friendly. The forum on my public website is going to go away, so hopefully nobody uses it, because it's just going to go away. Yeah, so I have to go through and make sure the mobile version is fine. And no, it's not. It's still Wix and everything, but I wanted a completely different look. And there was a template that I found that I really liked, and the Wix is like, oh, that's cool, but you can't apply a template to a website that already exists. So just go ahead and build it, and then you can transfer everything to it. And I'm like, I don't think it's going to be that easy, but that's what I'm doing. So I might be without a website for 24 hours. But thankfully, my most popular brush is out of stock, so it doesn't matter. 'Cause nobody's on there right now anyway. I did find some time for an Instagram fun thing. I don't know if you guys saw that today. On Instagram, in my stories, I said, hey, ask me a question. And so I've been answering questions on Instagram all day. It's been really fun. Can you share your paintings on the new website? So the JAMSS group is not going away yet, anyway. So you can still share in there, or you can share on Patreon, Instagram, whatever. There's a thing with my new website that I'm excited about, and of course, I want you guys to be, my primary source for this new fun thing. And so to kind of tell you about that, another part of the reason I rebuilt my website is because the blog feature is different now, and I can have contributing writers. So, like, I can give access to people, and they can write a blog on my website. And, of course, I don't want randos writing some blog. I'm like, what is this junk? So, but I would really like to have contributing writers, and so that's where you guys come in. So hopefully soon I will be reaching out to you guys to say who is interested in this, what would you like to write about, and then we'll kind of, I'll kind of work with you one-on-one, whether it's a monthly, a weekly, a bi-weekly, whatever basis, to get a little bit of content through blog posts going on my website. And of course it would say, written by whoever you are, and you would be free to, put your name on there, and I wouldn't have it be my name. So, that's a little hint of what my week has been like. And then, of course, the new season of Santa Clarita Diet came out, so we had to binge like 4 episodes of that. But that was a couple days ago. Okay. Now, I have just ranted in your face for like 10 minutes. And I apologize for that. But, yeah. And I have found just a little bit of time for some paint, right? I mean, I have paint on my hands. So I did prep a canvas today. I'm actually, can you hear him? He's clear on the other side of the house. That's funny. I prepped a canvas today, an 18 by 24, because I have a bunch of these Artist Loft canvases. I have like 2 packages of these 18 by 24s with 3 canvases in it, and I'm like, okay, I need to use those. So I prepped this because I am a glutton for punishment. I haven't even worked on Mona. I need to finish Mona before I do this next one, but do you guys want to see what I prepped that canvas for? I don't know what's the matter with me, guys. So I prepped that canvas for this. No, not for a tutorial. this would be like an 8-hour tutorial probably. I don't know. We'll see. But that's what I prepped the canvas for. But I do still need to work on Mona. And I look at Mona every day and I'm like, poor Mona. Right now I've got like all of the inspiration flowing through me and none of the time. And that's how it always works. When I have all of the time, I have no inspiration. When I have none of the time, I want to paint all of the things. So, yeah. So, yeah, I think that'll be a fun one. Yeah. Anyway, do you guys want to watch the Triptych video? I think that's what we came here for. So this video is over 2 hours long. So, and it's, you know, a lot of clouds and stuff. So we probably won't watch the whole thing. We'll kind of skip through. I didn't set up specifically for demos, but I can always like grab something and like demo kind of right here. So if you really need a demo on something, please let me know and I will see what I can do. The little bits, I remember that, but I don't remember what it was in reference to. Gwen, no, I'm not writing down any of the fun things I want to paint. I'm just kind of starting all of them. So there's that one, which was actually for a tutorial, and I've recorded everything I've painted, so hopefully I go back to it. You know, I've started Mona. At this point, I still remember the colors that I used in her, so that's good. Because then I can go back and, you know, just kind of pick up where I left off. I prepped the canvas for that one. Yeah, so. So there's that. Yeah. I feel like I've just been like, okay. So let's watch the video a little bit. Shout at me if you have a question. You know, if you really need some help with something. Oh man, I have so many ideas that I want to try and implement on my new website. They're not going to happen before tomorrow, but just know that all of these ideas that I have like boiling over in my head, ew, that sounds kind of gross, sorry. I'm going to be bringing them to you guys first so that, you know, you can help me kind of work through them or whatever. So, okay, I'm going to relax, take a deep breath, and let's just start watching this video. Okay. Tell me, hopefully the audio is fine, that it's not playing through my,
Red label.
whoop, nope. Yes, you got it right the first time. Okay. Yeah, I have so many ideas. So that one, what else do I have? Hang on. So sometimes I will like prep images and I keep them, I store things in my downloads folder on my computer. And so let me see if I've got anything else in there that I have prepped. I'm really excited for my project. Some of you will really dig the project. Some of you won't care. And that's perfectly fine. It's not a project that I think will be everyone's cup of tea, which is, you know, like I said, perfectly fine. And I don't see anything. Oh yeah, I do have that one too that I need to prep and get started on. So I want to do that one super bad. But I'm not going to show you yet. Maybe next week I'll show you. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate the understanding. Oh, thanks, Atra. I was trying to feel cute. Yes, son, I know that cloud brush, that Is it on the dark side? Which one, Gwen? Oh, the one that I said I wasn't ready to show you? Dark how? Kind of? Depending on what you mean by dark? Yes or no? Depends on what you mean. And Olaf is laying on the couch snoring. So I actually almost did this painting with a house painting brush. When I first worked on this as an idea, I like to sit on my feet. I gotta get my feet under me. Okay, there we go. When I first worked on this idea, I grabbed a house painting brush and tried that, but ultimately it was... House painting brush is harder to use on a canvas than you think it's going to be, because the bristles are so long and they like, you know, they're floppy, and so it doesn't push the paint around quite as well as I had hoped. So I abandoned that pretty quick. Okay, moody. Yes, Michelle. Yes, the other painting that I want to do is a little on the moody side. I wouldn't say it's dark as in like creepy. It's not creepy at all. It's definitely a little moodier and dark color-wise. So it's not like bright and vibrant. Yes. I feel like I might have had like 8 cups of coffee. I'm just like today. It's just my energy level this week. Deb, do it on a single canvas. You know, I did it on as a triptych because I've been asked about that. But, I mean, this would work just fine on a 12 by 16 or 16 by 20 or, you know, whatever. On a single canvas. An 8 by 10? Absolutely. Oh, Shannon, I haven't. But, you know, it's interesting that you bring that up. I kind of went through a phase of collecting coffee table books of like abandoned places. And I found my Pripyat book while we were cleaning out at the storage unit. It's one of my favorite things in the world that I own is my Pripyat book. And there's so many photos of the Ferris wheel in there. And if I ever did that, I think it would be something that I would do for me personally. I wouldn't put it out in a tutorial because you guys would be the ones who would appreciate it, and the 99.999% rest of my audience would be like, what is this junk? I like happy Ferris wheels. They would hate it, but I would share it with you guys. Yes, Michelle. Yay, Kelly, I'd love to hear that. The long liner, it's such a good brush. Good, Jennifer. Good, good. Me too, Shannon. Let's agree that if one of us is able to go, we make sure that the other one can go, and then we can go on a tour there together. Yes, Deb. You would love my collection of books. I have everything from Pripyat to Pompeii. I have a humongous, my Pompeii book is easily 3 inches thick. I have several Detroit books and just general abandoned places books, like Industrial Decay. So many books. They make me so happy. What? Atra? What in the heck are you even talking? That yellow and purple one? Okay, so here's what you need to do, Atra. Okay, here's your rant, and you are required to do exactly what I'm about to tell you. You take the painting, you put it in a closet or somewhere where you're not going to see it. Don't look at it. Don't think about it. Maybe delete the pictures off of your social media, not because you're ashamed of them, but because it will make it so that you can't go back and look at it. Do what you need to do so that you cannot look at that painting. I'm serious. Don't look at it. Don't think about it. Go paint something else. Go look at another painting that you hate and think about how much you hate that one. Whatever. Do not look at that flower painting. Full stop. For at least 6 weeks. 6 weeks. All right? Don't think about it. Just, if you think about, oh, I'm going to go look at it, just ask yourself, has it been 6 weeks? Nope, it hasn't. So don't set an alarm so that you go look at it on the 6 week mark. Just whenever you think, I'm going to look at it, it hasn't been 6 weeks yet. And then look at it. And when you look at it after having not thought about it and not looked at it for that long, you're going to see it with different eyes. There's nothing about that flower painting that you should hate. You should be as incredibly proud about it now as you were when you shared it the other day. It was awesome and well worthy of you being proud of it like that. So don't let whatever the emotions are, you know, whether it's comparison or just self-doubt or whatever, don't let it steal that joy from you. You can regain that joy, I swear to you, by putting it away and not looking at it. You'll see it with new eyes when you come back to it. I swear you will. There's your rent. Yep, at least 6 weeks. If it ends up being 6 months, even better. Kelly, it's awesome. I know you'll agree. I don't even know what you would be looking at, Atra, that you're like, I don't like it. And I don't want to know, so don't tell me, because it doesn't matter. Because whatever it is you're looking at that you're deciding you don't like is all in your head. That doesn't mean that you can't look at it and say, I wish I would have done this a little bit better, or I need to work on this skill, or whatever. You know, it's okay to look at your painting and to identify those things that you want to work on the next time. But it's not okay to look at those things and think, oh, it's not perfect, it's awful, I hate it. You should be proud of it. It will never be perfect. Nothing will ever be perfect, no matter how long you've been painting. You know, it's like my portrait that I've showed you guys before, the black and white one of the woman. I am extraordinarily proud of that painting. Is she perfect? Oh no. There are several things that I look at and I'm like, oh, I messed that part up. Next time I have to pay attention and not do it like that. This part looks weird, you know, but overall, I don't let it take away the joy. You know, I have it hanging on my wall. I have it hanging right there where I can just look at it constantly. Because she's not perfect, but I'm still proud of her. So it's okay to be proud of something that you feel like is imperfect. Yeah, Deb, I kind of thought so too. Yeah, if you play it fast, then I sound like a chipmunk. If you play it slow, do I sound like that? I haven't tried that, but I've watched it fast before. So I've seen a few versions of this. Tell me how you guys have done it differently. If anyone has done, I know Gwen did it. Lisa did it, right? Lisa, yeah, I just saw yours. I feel like I saw somebody else's. Just very tired. Have you guys seen the videos of the guy who's inhaling, oh, what is it called? It's like the opposite of helium. So helium makes you go all fast. And there's one that makes you go slow. Let me see. Hang on, let's see. Sulfur hexafluoride. You guys need to go look that up on YouTube. So there's a guy in like a lab coat who's talking about that, and he inhales it, and it like makes him kind of weird, but it sounds like it makes your voice really deep. It's like the opposite of helium that makes it sound all high pitched. So go look up sulfur hexafluoride. There. And since we have a huge delay, you guys probably already see that and you're like, what the heck is that? Eileen's gonna leave and go watch it right now. Shannon, I don't think that doing this at any size would be too big. If you have the time, the energy, the patience, and the gumption to do it, sister, you do it. If you want to do it on the side of a building, do it. Never too big. Well, good morning, Lee. Sorry, that was probably kind of confusing. Yeah, Deb, and it's kind of similar to the water that we did in the Lotus video recently. Oh yeah, in that video, because he tries to do a headstand to show how to get the sulfur hexafluoride out of your lungs, and he falls over. And then he gets up and he's laughing. He's all, but his laughter is really low and deep. He's all, ha, ha, ha. Anyway, the incredible things that amuse me. That's one of them. All right, I'll stop talking about that. Did anybody do this in different colors or have plans to do it in different colors? I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. If your arm is getting super tired scrubbing, then I feel like you're probably scrubbing too hard. So when I used to have to gesso my canvas, I had to really get in there and scrub hard, and my arm would get really sore. But honestly, on these Frederick's canvases, I don't gesso them. I used to have to. Like on the Artist Loft canvases, there's no way I can do that scrubbing without gessoing a canvas first, even with an underpainting. In the gesso, I definitely had to work my arm. My arm would get really sore. But on these canvases, I don't gesso them, and I can put a lot lighter pressure, and the paint goes on really smooth. So I was kind of worried that my arm was going to fall off scrubbing on 3 of these canvases, but it really wasn't bad. I didn't have a sore arm at all from this one. Night colors. Yes, Gretchen. Oh, awesome, Atra. That's exciting. I can't wait to see that. Northern Lights, yes. Silver, Oh, okay, Eileen, so you're going to do it on just one canvas, on a 12 by 24. When you were saying 12 by 24 before, I was like, is she talking about like one on top of... That's huge. I'm glad to know that you're talking about one. Thanks, Kelly. Hello, Tan. I'm glad you got to make it for a minute. Oh, how funny, Gwen. Yeah, the perspective, it does really help you feel like you're really down low, looking up at the trees really high. And your painting certainly did that too. That's funny that it gave you the vertigo. Green umber? I've never heard of green umber. That sounds incredible. Yeah, we can skip this part. We know what happens there. We know how to do that part. Oh, the moon. Let's watch the moon. I like the moon. So remember I mentioned that I'm going to have the ability to have contributors to my blog. So if any of you think that that might be something that you'd be interested in, you know, just writing a blog post. I'm not going to have anybody, you know, ask anybody to be my blog writer, and you have to have a blog post for me every single week. You know, I'm not asking that. Just like a special guest. So if you feel like that would be something that you're interested in, start thinking about what you would like to write about. And then when I come to you with that, when I come to you guys, then if you're interested, you'll already have something that we can kind of talk about. Yeah, I'll try. I like to do things a little different each time because, you know, one technique doesn't always work for everybody, but also because I'm always learning and I change the way that I do things, and, you know, I just changed the way that I do things. Like if you look at my very first cloud video versus this one, huge difference, not only in the way that the clouds look, but in the techniques that I use and the way that I execute them. Yeah, Larry. God, Eileen's watching. Let her watch. That's up to you, Eileen. I would recommend it. I have never had good luck scrubbing on a Michaels canvas without a good layer of gesso first. Yeah, Jennifer, I was pretty surprised too. So at one point when I'm painting this, I'm standing up on my tippy toes, you know, like this. And then there's other parts where I'm actually sitting on the floor while I'm painting the bottom. I was sitting on my butt on the floor. I know, Deb, I've heard all about these acrylics. I'm glad that you guys found them and that you're excited. Tan, you can do it on one canvas. That's fine. Audra, probably a little thicker than I normally would, but really that was more of an attempt to keep the white pretty stark, not really to keep it wet for the next part. Yeah, I feel like if the paint had dried completely before I got to this next part, it would have been fine. And part of that is because my brush is still white. I still have it loaded with white paint. I just picked up a little Payne's Gray. If I were painting on a dry moon and just picked up Payne's Gray on a clean brush, then there's no way I could have gotten that kind of a blend. So it's a combination between working on slightly thicker wet paint and having my brush loaded primarily with white paint. Amy, these paper plates are horrible. I don't think I'm going to finish them. I don't know. We'll see. They're really terrible. They just fall right apart. They're so flimsy. Awesome, Deb. Yeah, I would just be asking you guys to do a single post, and if nobody's interested, then, you know, clearly you guys aren't beholden to me. I'm not going to be like, none of you guys want to write a blog post on my website. If you don't want to, that's okay. I'm not offended. Did you have to gesso at first, Kelly, or was it okay? Yeah, the Payne's Gray is definitely soft. If you use Mars Black there, that's going to be intense. Exciting, Atra. I can't get my head around that technique. Like, I watch how Felix does it, and I'm like, I don't get it. I could never do that. Did you get Felix's mop brush? His brushes are made by the same company that makes my brushes. I was talking to my brush guy last week, and he's like, thanks for telling Felix to come to me. You didn't gesso it, and it was fine? Good. You know, Kelly, it's everybody's hand moves different. Everybody works paint differently. So you can watch me do it, but really your hand is going to tell your brain. Other way around. Your brain is going to tell your hand how to do, you know, what it understands, and that might be different from what I do. So what is challenging for me may not be challenging for you, and vice versa. Oh, yeah, he's got it looks like a really nice brush. Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess it's a mop brush. It's what he does his, like, soft blending on the backgrounds with. It's a gorgeous technique. It's a gorgeous technique. But I know that I would do it, and I'd be like, I didn't do that right. But, you know, everybody's got their techniques. A pony? What pony? But, like, I feel like I can get just as smooth of a blend with my technique as Felix can get with his technique. And he may look at my technique and be like, I don't get that. So, you know, and that's another reason I show you guys how to do things a little different each time. Is you never know what's going to click with you. Yeah. So you're able to do it, Lee? That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. The first time I saw him do it, I was just like, oh, that's incredible. And then I think I tried it, but clearly not with a mop brush because I don't have one. And I was like, nope, not for me. Well, no. The number 6 is my favorite part here. So, tell me if this was helpful to you guys. I talk a little bit in this video about what the different brush positions are used for. And I think I have a number 6 right here. And we can talk about this for a second. It is something I think I want to make just like a quick video for, whether it's an IGTV video or whatever. Okay, so let me pause this here. So, what I talk about in here, because it doesn't matter how often we do this scrub technique, it doesn't matter how often I tell you guys don't use too much paint. There's always people who are like, I just can't get that technique. So, what I feel like it is sometimes we just like scrub and we're like, I don't know why it's not working. But there's a lot of different things that this single brush can do. And yes, I'm out of these brushes. The reason I have a brand new one here is because something happened to this one, and it's feral. I have paint under my nails and dirt from the storage unit. Sorry. The ferrule has like a little owie chunk and it's scratchy, and I didn't want to send that to someone. But anyway, let's talk about the different positions with this brush and what they each do, okay? So the flat foot pressure, it is not good for laying down paint, okay? If you're trying to cover an area, you do not want to use flat foot pressure. I know that seems weird because the majority of the brush is on the canvas there, but let me show you. I need something that's not my hand. When we go flat foot pressure, look at how the tip of the bristles, they poke up. It's not touching the canvas. And all of the pressure is right here on that part of the brush. The rest of this has very light to no pressure. So when we use flat foot pressure, what we're doing is essentially leaving the top of the paint untouched, and we're scattering out the bottom. Okay, so the bottom edge is going to be soft and blurred out. If we want to lay paint down, you know, get it into the canvas and create a shape, we want to use half foot pressure, because all of the pressure is on that front half of the brush. There's quite a bit of pressure on those bristles. That's how the bristles are going to dig into the canvas. All the pressure is on the bristles. See, they're not lifting off like that, how they lift off. So half foot pressure is to lay down paint and create shapes. It's not going to blend. It's not going to blend well. Tiptoe pressure, where we just have the tip of the brush, you want to use super light pressure there. You don't want to use heavy pressure. See how my brush is like, it's on, it's off. It's kind of, it's almost patting, but it's not, I'm not patting, but it's almost kind of. So that is a really, that's how you get a really soft blend. You can blend into dry paint. You can blend into dry paint. Just scatter the color over top of dry paint and make it look like it's blended. So remember, flat foot pressure is not for laying paint down. You are not going to cover a canvas with flat foot pressure. It's for kind of blending at the bottom, kind of scouring out, making a soft edge. If you have a hard edge, just kind of over that, because all the pressure is sitting right there. Half foot pressure is for laying down paint and creating shapes. That's how you're going to cover a canvas, okay? Come up on the tiptoe like that. You're going to get a soft blend. You can scatter out shapes. Then the other one is kind of that pirouette type shape. That's going to dig down into, it's kind of multifaceted there. It's going to dig down into canvas texture, and it's going to blend. It's going to create a really smoky blend. Oh, bye, Sylvie. I'm glad you got to hang out for a little while. It's going to create a really smoky blend, but you want to be careful with that. So here, you can see better on my hand than on my phone. That twirly one. You do want to be careful with that because you can create polka dots. So if you don't want a polka dot, what you want to do is, you know, dig down, get into that texture, blend those colors together, half foot pressure to kind of scrub out any polka dotted shape that you make. I hope that that helps. I will make a video where I kind of demonstrate that in kind of a pure situation, so not in a painting, I mean, where it's kind of hard to tell what just happened when I've got 8 colors on the canvas. But yeah, I do want to make a little video where I kind of demonstrate that a little bit better, and hopefully that's helpful. Oh, bye, son. Thanks for hanging out for a little while. Was that helpful? Did that make sense to anybody, or were you guys like, duh? Let me know. Anyway, here we go. But I'm about to talk about that in just a second in the video here. I sneezed so much at the storage unit today because the dust just flying everywhere, and I still am just like, I feel like there's dust all over my face and in my nose, and it's probably just cat hair. Good. Good, good, good. I'm glad that was helpful. And really the same thing goes for any of the cloud brushes. The number 6, the number 4, it's all really going to be the exact same thing. So see there, I'm using the half foot pressure because I'm creating the shape that I want. Kind of twirl to get down in there. But really that was all half foot pressure. And there, half foot. Little twirling to kind of mix those colors. And then I had some flat foot there at the bottom for a second to make sure that I didn't have a hard line. Lee. Yeah, Jennifer, if you're lifting paint, you're scrubbing too much. Flat foot pressure can lift paint. Absolutely. If you're using a lot of flat foot pressure and really going at it, you're going to lift paint. Good. I'm glad that was helpful. Except to Lee. See, you can tell I'm normally using that twirly pressure when I'm trying to mix colors together. That's usually when I start doing that. Oh, I have a Brit. Yay! Because this piece of hair is making me crazy. Much better. I like that. I hadn't planned on doing that, but it just kind of started poking, you know, showing its face. The little star strip in there, so I had to leave that. Good. I'm glad that that was helpful. Let's jump ahead a bit. You guys are so quiet. I feel like half of you are probably off shopping for Old Holland acrylic paints. Atra, is it past the awkward stage? My hair is permanently in the awkward stage. I like it because I can just put it in a ponytail, and thankfully, like, these like messy knotted buns are like all the rage. So I can be like flump and go to the grocery store. But you guys aren't good. I had my hair in braids yesterday, and I like my braids. I used to wear my hair like that a lot in high school, and since I'm going through a midlife crisis, I have to start dressing like I did in high school. And it starts with braids. I'm only kind of half kidding. Yeah, it is a good technique for space, Jennifer. Absolutely. I mean, on a little bit of a smaller scale, or, well, I guess it depends on what you're doing. But yeah, I use this technique for space also. Excellently. Bye, Ashley. Thanks for hanging out. Good, Kelly. But you were able to do it even without that? I think I've been going through a midlife crisis for like 12 years. I feel like it. Maybe 7 years. Yeah, 10. I think it would too. And I really liked the background. I was tempted to leave it like that, but the reason I didn't is because I hadn't planned on having it like that, so I didn't put as much time and attention into the streaked colors. If I were to do it again, I would probably try it without the clouds and just really focus on streaking the colors really nicely, because yeah, I think that could make a really nice look too. Wow, Kelly, was that a lot of work? That seems like it would be a lot of work. And how was that when you got to the trees? Was it hard to do the trees like that? I did that too, Jennifer. Yeah, I did that. Well, I did that in 2013. So 6 years ago I was like, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to open an art gallery in a town that doesn't really care about art. Weird art in a town that doesn't really care about art. That was my midlife crisis. Bye, Kelly. Yes, Deb. I'm looking forward to that phase of my life. Oh, nice, Gwen. Oh, Lee, you're so sweet. You're now my new best friend. No, I'm quite old. At this point, I think I'm past midlife, unless I plan on living well into my 80s. Ooh. Maybe we shouldn't talk about age anymore. I'm getting depressed. No, Tan, no video next week. You'll have to rewind and listen to my rant. I've had, it's just been a very busy week. Lots and lots going on. But Jennifer, aren't we glad that we made those decisions? I've never looked back. I've never regretted making that decision. I'm not way too young for it, Deb. Nope. It's, guys, this is the oldest I've ever been, okay? But do you want to see, look, I have to show you this. This also made me feel really old. I know, I'm just like jabbery today. I'm sorry. So my cousin's father died a couple weeks ago, a month or so ago. And she was over at his house today, you know, just kind of cleaning it out, going through his belongings. And I guess he had some old family photos from, like, when we were all kids still at his house. And so she sent me a couple of pictures. So I want to show you one that she sent me. I was like, oh my gosh. Not this one, but look. Wait. There. That's me when I was like, I feel like I was like 4. I might have been almost 5. But look at how cute I was with my little early 80s hair. So anyway, I just thought that would be funny to share, you guys. That's cute, little 4-year-old me. Oh, what happened? So, all right, let's go back to our video, shall we? Wasn't I so cute? I was pretty cute. Yeah, I remember that outfit too. I absolutely remember that outfit. I liked that outfit. I wore it a lot. Yeah, I don't see it. And the older I get, the more I see, you know, that I see my mom, you know, the older I get. But like some of my younger photos, everybody says I look exactly like her, and I don't see it. I feel like I look more like my dad when I was little. Oh, Deb. Pitter patter. Yep. And that was pretty, I mean, early 80s is pretty 70s, right? Well, let's see. That was probably, that had to have been like 1982. So 1982 was still pretty 70s. But I thought, oh, that was so long ago. Made me feel super old, but... So what do you guys want to talk about? I don't want our jam sessions to get boring. I want to keep them exciting, and so, you know, if we're bored with watching previous week's painting, if that's not something that we want to do anymore, you know, if we want each one to have, you know, something very specific, or I mean, we can change these. We can change these to however you guys want them. So if you guys have an idea for, you know, what you feel like would make the jam sessions a little bit funner, or, you know, worthwhile, or whatever, just more exciting, I'm open to it. Shannon, I really hope so. Because I haven't had time to work on it this week, I'm still kind of stuck on the same couple of things I was stuck on. But well, thanks, Michelle. I've been feeling the old thing since I turned 25. So I'm kind of, yeah. I don't really have a lot of room to talk. Because when I was 25, I like cried. I'm like, I'm a quarter of a century old. I'm so sad. You're not that old, Deb. So yesterday I felt stupid old. Vince and I went to get him a new cell phone, and they always play like late 90s hits at the T-Mobile store, and it's always songs that I don't like. So of course I like recognize them. I'm like, oh, I hate this song. I was hoping I'd never hear this song again. And we're standing there while the girl's like doing the thing with the phone, and I looked at Vince. I'm like, this song is like 25 years old. Can you believe that? And I was married to my ex-husband at that time. When that song came out, I was like, no, let's see, 25? No, we were dating. But then I look at the girl who's like getting Vince's new phone ready. I'm like, she's not even 25 years old. I'm old enough to be this girl's mother. And not having kids, I don't have that kind of, you know, like measurement. Like that yardstick doesn't exist. So when I have that thought, I'm old enough to be this person's mother, I'm like shocked and appalled. I'm like, I'm not that much older than her. Of course I'm not old enough to be her mother. I am. 10. No, you're not. No, no, no. Everyone has a right to feel old if they want, and just because somebody says that they are old doesn't mean that nobody else can feel young if they happen to have more years on them. It's not a comment on anybody else's age. It's a comment on me and how I feel. Yeah, Jennifer, I feel that same way. Deb, I feel the same way about that too. Like, I don't think, I kind of feel like we're all just like age neutral. We're all about the same age. We're all right here. You do, Michelle? Wow. I didn't realize you were 17, Lee. I was thinking you were a little older than that. Probably 20s. Gwen, I know. That I do know. So I did have a meltdown at 25, feeling like I was old. But honestly, I gotta tell you that so far, 40s are the best. They're the best. I'm so much more confident in my 40s than I ever was before. I think about things that happened in my 20s and I'm like, man, if that happened to me today, Mama would come undone. Good for you, Amy. Good, Gwen. Exactly. Artish and a half. Deb, perfect. Yes. That's how old we all are. Oh, yeah. Atra is the youngest here. Oh, Jennifer, I felt that way, like, that started happening to me in high school. Seriously. Yep. 10 exactly. Age is just a number. And, you know, I remind myself of that all the time. And that didn't used to be something that meant anything to me. I'd remind myself of that and I was like, yeah, whatever. But no, it does now. You know, it doesn't matter how many years you have behind you. It's what you've done with them, you know, and what you are going to do right now, today, and what you're going to do tomorrow. And, you know, you live your life to the fullest that you can. Gretchen, you do. You get a hug. Whoa. Oh, look, we're on my favorite part. The number 6. I loved, you know, just kind of bringing in a little bit of detail with this brush. And, but my favorite part is taking a little bit of the colors from below and putting them up in places where they don't exist, because that kind of creates that reflection type look. And it's more apparent the farther down we get when we start introducing the yellow, then you really start to get that kind of reflection glow type look. And that was really fun. I really enjoyed that part. Wait a minute, Atra. I thought you said you were 9. Yes, it absolutely is. Absolutely. So did anybody do anything fun this weekend? Lee, I think I did see an email in there from you, but I have not touched my email in all week. All week? Yeah, almost all week. It's been that kind of week. So I'm really hoping to get in there soon. I'm trying to, I don't think you were here when I was talking about it. I'm trying to put out my new website tomorrow. And it still needs some work, so I'm going to be working on that tonight. So that's where my attention is going to be as soon as we're done here for the rest of the night. But yeah, hopefully as soon as that's out, I'll be able to get back in there. Oh, Atra, I thought you tried duck eggs a while ago and they were fine. Cirque du Soleil, I've always wanted to go see that. Yes, our snow finally went away. It's still in the high 40s during the day, but that's nice. So I went out in flip-flops today. My toes were a little cold, but I enjoyed it. Fun, Gretchen. Thank you, Michelle. It's just about layers and, patience and not using too much paint. How fun, Jennifer. Greenland. That sounds exciting. Exciting, Gwen. I can't wait to see. Oh, yeah, Tan. That was awesome. Did you post it publicly on Instagram so everyone can see? When you said you wanted to change it, I was like, oh, please don't change it. But it's really beautiful. You did a really beautiful job on it. Nice, Michelle. Hopefully I get some time to paint tomorrow too. Cross your fingers for me, guys. We are going to be taking our big trip toward the end of the month. We don't have an exact date just yet. We're kind of playing it by ear. It's really going to depend when I get my next order of brushes in. So, my guy is rushing an order to me. I called him and I'm like, please rush this order. I'll pay you for it right this minute. Please rush this order. So he's rushing the order for me. As soon as I can get that order, I'll probably have a little bit of a sale, so watch for that. And then as soon as the orders are shipped out from the sale, then I'm going to shut down my store and we're going to hit the road. So by the 30th, there's only 30 days in April, right? Yeah. So by the 30th, for sure, we'll be on the road. Oh, no. Ooh, I can't wait to see that, Lee. How exciting, Atra. Do you have a theme that you're working on with your paintings, or just kind of doing whatever strikes your fancy? Oh, I have a show. I'll have one piece in a show next in May, not next month, in May. My art collective in town is doing a show at a local coffee shop, and so everybody's putting a piece in, and so I'll have a piece there, so that's exciting. I haven't shown any of my work publicly since I left my art gallery. Oh yes, happy April, Lee. You don't have a number 6 filbert. Did I not send you one, Gwen? See that little spot of yellow up there in the purple? I love that part. That's one of my favorites. And I'm still behind on my ATCs, so I apologize. Someday I really will get caught up on them, and all of you that I have owed ATCs to, I swear you'll get them. When my life is not in absolute chaos mode. How many do I have in total? Well, I've got my 5 long handle brushes. And what's my detail brushes? 26? 27? Let's see. 6, 12, 20, yeah, 27. I think. I don't know. Something like that. 33 brushes total. Well, Eileen, I imagine the people who are like, I never got a card, are probably like, oh, I was probably Jane's pick that month. Trust me, I think about it every day, and I'm like, I really need to do that. Shannon, there's 2 sets. So the full set of detail brushes, that has all of the detail brushes. That has everything. And then the full set of long handles, the 5, the flattened clouds, that. So there's 2 sets. The long handle set, the detail set. And that covers everything. But if you guys want something, please hold off until my clouds are back in, because I will have a sale. I don't announce that publicly, you know, because clearly I don't want to have like 3 weeks where I have no income before I have a sale. But you guys, yeah, I would rather that if you guys need something, hold off for a few more weeks. I'm hoping it's no more than 2 weeks. I really hope it's not 3 weeks. But my handles were actually out of stock, so he had to order more of my handles before they could finish manufacturing. So yeah, I'm really hoping I can get them early, but just hold off until they're in. Oh, I am extra. Good. So nobody's ATC-less when I suck. Good. That makes me feel a lot better. Seriously. 26. Yeah, that's it, Deb. So there's 26 details. 26 details, and then the 3 clouds and 2 flats. So there's 31 total. Yep, my filberts, my flats, everything is in except for my number 12 clouds. But that's my best-selling brush. So when that one's not available, it's like nobody buys brushes anyway. So nobody's going to buy like the 1-inch flat and a number 4 cloud. Actually, that does happen sometimes. But yeah, so just hope I can get those soon. Wow, Atra. Even I only have 2 number 8s. One's puffy and one's... Well, it's not perfectly new. Yeah, 10. It really is. And then, but then it's kind of a catch-22 for you too, because then if you buy a lot, then you have to pay duty, and yeah, so it's tough. For my overseas friends, I always feel bad, but trust me, sometimes after when with the bigger orders especially, after insurance and everything, the shipping that I pay ends up being quite a bit more than what I charged. Maybe not for you, Tan. It's mostly like, strangely, it's like Norway and the Netherlands and stuff, where I end up paying like an extra $7 sometimes in shipping, because some places are so expensive to ship to. Yay, Lisa! Oh, it's up right now, Deb. The only thing you can't get on my website right now is the number 12 cloud. So, but everything else is on there so you can look and see what it is you're missing. Oh yeah, because you like to scrub with the quarter, huh? Maybe I should scrub with my quarter. I've been scrubbing a little with my angle brushes. So maybe I'll have me some puffy angle brushes soon. Guys, oh, you won't be able to see it. My cloud brush, so I have two. One is my sample brush that I got from my manufacturer. It was the final one that he sent me with the handle and everything, so I could see what it looked like. But so it looks exactly the same as, you know, this is a 1-inch, but it looks exactly the same, but the handle is blank. And then I have one with my imprint on it. The blank handle one is my old one, and it's got a couple of bristles that kind of do like my filbert, where it comes up and it curls under. There's like four bristles that have the little curl on the end. I was so excited when I saw that. I was like, yay, my number 12 is gonna get puffy. Maybe in another 6 years I'll have like 10 bristles that are curly. Yeah, you guys, if you want something else, please hold off. Please hold off. And I'll let you guys know before I let it be known publicly. I'll let you guys know when the sale is going to be happening first. Not that I don't think I'll run out of anything. I don't think we're in danger of me running out of anything. Uh-oh, Michelle. They're wondering if you're off buying stuff. My computer is screaming. I don't know if you guys can hear that. You guys are funny. I swear, I think you guys tear through my brushes faster than I do. I always think, I think I need a new brush. And then I look at it, I'm like, but do I? No, I think it's fine. Even though I've got thousands of brushes sitting right there. But I don't get the excitement from buying one. You know, just grabbing a new one. That's not exciting. Buying something is exciting. Buzzbert. The bottom is your favorite, Lisa? I think the top with the moon is my favorite. I don't know if that surprises you guys. But the bottom is probably a close second because I love that yellow in there. But I love yellow. Yeah, I think each at this point could work on its own. Once the trees start coming in, it can get a little strange when you look at them individually. Anybody who has done this painting, did you have a hard time with the trees? Did anybody have a difficult time with the trees? And if you did something different with the trees, what did you do different? Thank you, Gwen. Yeah, I liked the little hint of blue. That's really what I wanted. Just the suggestion of that color. I didn't think that they looked messed up at all, Lisa. I thought it looked wonderful. The perspective was slightly different, but it wasn't wrong. It wasn't bad. Michelle, that's how I am too. That, and I couldn't jump on the old Holland bandwagon because then I would like a color and I'd be using it in my video and then the questions would start. But can I just use Liquitex? No. You have to go buy this. You have to go buy it right now. But I don't have that color. I can't find that brand, and then it would be a whole thing. So it's just easier for me to just stick with Liquitex. Oh, you used all round brushes. Nice. Yeah, I think when it comes to doing trees, whatever you're comfortable with and the look you're going for, round or angle, they each, do their own thing. And I go back and forth. I used to only do trees with round brushes. And then I went through a phase where I only did them with angle brushes. And now I go back and forth. Yeah, Eileen, you absolutely can. It's all about the angle and the width that you put on your trees. You don't have to keep everything scrunched in. It doesn't have to start at the bottom of the canvas. They can come off of the side. So it's about the angle. Anything that does start way down, make it nice and fat at the bottom and immediately taper off to a sharp point. And that's really going to shoot them super, super high. So you really could do this on like a small canvas, like an 8x10. And as long as your angle and the width to the point is correct, it's gonna sell the height. If I'm able to finish this painting like I started on, like I said, I have been recording that one for a tutorial. The underpainting on that is quinacridone burnt orange. Oh. And I think the blues I used is indanthrene and cobalt. So if you don't have one of those, you could go get those colors, Michelle. I'm sorry. Vince. Yeah? Keep it down in there. Sorry. You're fine. I'm just teasing.
I'm cooking you pizza.
He's cooking me pizza, you guys. He can be as noisy as he wants. He's cooking me pizza. Oh, he did take out the garbage. I did hear that too. I made like a... What is this? I made like a Greek chicken bake the other day, and we're using the leftovers to make like a Greek chicken pizza. It's going to be so good. What is this?
It's called Grape Juice Plus.
He brought me grape juice, guy.
Grape Juice Plus.
Oh, Grape Juice Plus. What's the plus?
It's an in-joke for anybody who ever watched the Planet of the Apes movies.
Oh, it's a Planet of the Apes joke?
Yeah.
I don't know if they can... Can you guys hear him talking? Isn't he sweet? Grape Juice Plus. Thank you.
The old Planet of the Apes movies from the 70s.
The old Planet of the Apes movies from the 70s. He wants me to make sure that you know that. I'm not going to ditch you. Oh, yeah. Indanthrene is... It's beautiful. It's beautiful, beautiful. It's a very dark color. It's a dark blue, but it's a warm blue. So I would say it's warm like... Yeah, he's being pretty noisy, isn't he? It's warm like ultramarine, but it's dark. Kind of like maybe ultramarine with Payne's Gray mixed in, but it's much warmer. I would say it's a much warmer blue than ultramarine. Your husband can't cook? Vince cooks all the time for me. He's so sweet. Of course I'm going to eat artichokes again. Of course. What kind of a monster do you think I am? You analyzed my handwriting, Lisa? I would love to know what you think. Did it tell you that I'm a super messy, chaotic, scatterbrained person? Because that would be spot on. Audra, it's these crusts that we buy at Natural Grocer. They're, what is it? Capello's is the brand. It's a white box with black lettering. It's very kind of plain looking. The crust is made out of like cassava and coconut flour. There might be eggs in it, but it's really good. Exactly, Gretchen. Yep. And that storage unit is empty and somebody else's name can go on it. So I'm going to celebrate that. Indian green? Oh no, indanthrene. Or indanthrene. I'm not sure. I've heard it pronounced both ways. It's indanthrene. One word. Indanthrene. Bye, Tan. I'm glad you got to hang out with us for quite a while today. Oh, no, Gretchen. It's straight up scatterbrained. Trust me. Straight up scatterbrained. Why are you hushing, Lisa? I want to hear what you got out of analyzing my handwriting. I'm totally down to hear it. Oh, I know what you're saying there, Lisa, because when I sign my last name, it's big. My last name is slightly bigger than my first name. Mm-hmm. I know that. I know that part. And that's so true. And some personal stuff. You're free to email me and tell me, sister. Here, I'll spell it in here. It's indanthrene. Oh, hang on. I gotta put on my shoes and go get it. And I'm wearing Vince's hoodie. Because, you know, the husband's hoodie is always super comfy. And I steal his hoodies all the time. They become my hoodie. And this one is super cozy because it's all soft inside. Okay. So, can you see that? No, you can't see that. Here. It is indanthrene blue. I'll show you real quick. I'll show you, hang on. I'll just do this quick. I'll compare this to like our other blues that we typically use. The phthalo blue and ultramarine. It must be in here. Ultramarine. Where's my book? There it is. Okay. So, stupid lid won't come off. All right. Pen. Roll the tube down over top of the pen, and then roll it down a little farther than that. Oh my gosh, you guys, seriously. There we go. Okay. So here's ultramarine. We're all pretty familiar with what ultramarine looks like. It's quite a warm blue. And ow, that gave me like a little pinch on my finger trying to get that lid off. And then phthalo. We're all pretty familiar with phthalo. It's a very green blue. So indanthrene. No, I can't get it off because I have paint all over my fingers and my one finger hurts. I'm a mess. So see, it's quite warm. It doesn't look very warm there, but it's very dark. See how it almost seems to have a hint of like Payne's gray to it? So indanthrene is really nice, and it mixes really beautifully to get those super natural greens that I like when mixed with yellows. Where phthalo, you get really vibrant, kind of phony, super intense greens. Ultramarine gives you really nice, kind of naturally greens. And the indanthrene, it mutes the green down even more. So if a green is still too vibrant for you with ultramarine, use indanthrene and you get a nice muted green there. It's lots of yummy, yummy greenness. Prussian blue. I actually have Prussian blue too. No, it's not in there. It's going to be in here. Let's see. Oh, that was easy. So here's Prussian blue. Prussian blue is a little bit more green. It's not green, but it's cooler. It's cooler than ultramarine and indanthrene. So it's dark, like there's the Prussian blue. It's dark like indanthrene, but it's a little on the greener side than indanthrene is. Yes?
Those notes didn't save. I just need to know the spices. That's it.
You have to click save.
Just the spices.
For the butter?
Yeah.
Salt, pepper, garlic, and onion.
Thank you.
He had notes on his phone, and it didn't save. So he has a new phone, and he's not sure how to use it yet. Yeah, it's much more indigo. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen it indanthrone. I don't think I've ever seen it that way. It's snowing again. Oh, it snowed here a couple days ago. We woke up. A friend about 30 miles away had like 4 inches of snow a couple days ago, and I'm like, ugh. we had less than an inch here, thankfully. Michelle, stay strong, sister. I'm here for you. You need moral support? I'm here for you. Stay strong. Don't let Eileen bully you into it. Or Deb, or Gretchen, or apparently now Atra. Michelle, don't let them bully you. I'm here for you. Eileen, what did you say? What did you want me to say, Eileen? I missed it. You told me you wanted me to say something out loud? Who's still having a hard time with brushes or branches? Back to me. Enough of your paint hoarding. You paint hoarders. You turned the sound off, Eileen, so that I couldn't tell him that you were buying... What is that? How many colors do they have? Let me see. What was it? 168 different colors. And I saw the prices on those old Hollands. They're not cheap. They're more expensive than Liquitex. Did you hear that, Larry? Bye, Jennifer. I'm glad you got to hang out with us for a while. Gretchen may have started it, but Deb kept it going, and then Eileen took the torch and ran much farther with it. Passed that torch to several others. She even tried to get me on it, and I was all, I don't want your torch. Good, Lisa. I would never give you a timeout, Gretchen. I would probably give it to Eileen for you, though. She can be your whipping boy. Oh, Eileen, I love getting you in trouble. Was this helpful for anyone? You know, how to hold a brush? And why holding it like this will help you have a lighter touch. Was that helpful to anyone, or was that confusing, or did that not help you? Like, did you try that and tell me that I was crazy? I love hanging out with you guys too. Good, Michelle. Oh, all those oh, my throat's gurgling. I apologize. That was gross. The little gross, what do we call them? The gnarly bits on your little shop of horrors. That was so awesome. I loved it. Good, Gretchen. I was thinking about our conversations about being heavy-handed when I was talking about that. So I hope that that was helpful. Good, good. Lee, the more you practice something, I promise you can get it. I promise you can get it. It's just mostly about identifying what your issue is and then working on that particular issue. Yay for Longliner! Love Longliner. He is my bestie. Well, next to Fuzzbert. Fuzzbert and Longliner. They're my besties. Almost done. Let's jump to Longliner. There we go. Lee, trust me. I have the blackest thumb there is. I do not have a green thumb. I can just like walk past a plant and it's like, oh, time to die. You know, look at a plant and it just crumbles into dust. But yeah, thankfully, painting them is a different story. That's interesting, Gwen. That's really weird. I wonder if it was just because you were focused on a smaller thing rather than kind of looking at it like as a whole. I saw that you said that you put it on there, but I didn't. Oh, that's right. You didn't do the Little Shop of Horrors. But yes, but yours, they were the super crumply looking ones that you said you put the metallic powder on. I couldn't see the metallic powder in the photo, but how crumply you got everything to look, it was gorgeous. And your colors were excellent. I wish I could see the powder. Go Shannon. I actually do have a plant that I've had for about 7 years. I have a plant I've had for 7 years, guys. And for the most part, it does okay. Every once in a while, I'm like, you poor thing. But it was my grandmother's plant, and she took really good care of it. It was huge, and it was beautiful. And then when she passed away, my mom and I split it. So my mom has half of it, and I have half of it. My house doesn't get a lot of direct light inside of it, though, so the plant's kind of like this up against the window. Like, please give me some light. It gets no direct sunlight. And my mom says to me the other day, remember, I've had this plant for 7 years. My mom's all, has it bloomed? I'm like, no.
It's supposed to bloom?
Yeah, it's supposed to have, it gets big pink flowers on it, apparently. No. My plant, I water it about once a month, and when I do, I drown it. Thankfully, it seems to be, you know, it seems to enjoy that process. It's just like pressed up against the window like this, going, outside, please. So no, it hasn't bloomed. It's not happy. Maybe someday. Oh, yeah, Lisa, I can kill those too. I had a box of succulents once. Found it in my storage unit today, in fact. And it had like 3 dozen, 2 dozen, I don't know, a lot of succulents in it. Killed every one of them. Vince looks in the box that it was in. He's all, what's all this junk in the bottom of this box? I said, dead succulents. Pablo and Carlos. Oh, how cute, Lee. I love tribbles. You're not old enough to know what a tribble is. I don't even know what kind of plant this is. It could be an amaryllis. I have no idea. No, Lisa, I don't think so, because it's part of my mom's. I guess she knows all about that. I don't know. Cut off a stem off of the plant and gave it to me. Hers bloomed. Not mine. No, Deb, they were already dead. I threw it was a cute, like, wood box. It was made to hang on the wall. It was a really cute setup. And I threw the box in the storage unit. The plants were long gone by then. They'd been dead for years at that point. Amy, I think I had an air plant and it died one time, and I was like, I thought these things weren't supposed to die. Oh, it turns out you do have to give them a little bit of water. Found that out after I killed it. You have to, like, spray it with a water bottle. That's too much work. Way too much work for me. I feel like if I would have been painting this for myself, I would have spent a little bit more time on the trees at the bottom. But as it was, I was like 1 hour on little sticky branches. That's long enough. Let's just wrap this thing up. Oh my gosh, Gretchen, that's incredible. Yeah, Shannon, I had a jade plant for several years. It died many times. It's like, you know, a big succulent puffy leaf thing. Oh, I do have this one, this little cactus right there. You can kind of, I think you can see it in this video. It's right there in a little orange pot. It's growing, but it's not entirely healthy. I've actually had that for over a year now, surprisingly. But I had a jade plant for several years, and it would die. And, like, one of the leaves would fall off. And I'd be like, let's just see. The whole thing is dead, and I'd pour water in it, and magically one of the leaves would take root, and it would come back to life. It resurrected, like, 3 times. And then we moved into this house, and it died again. And I was like, no big deal. This thing is like the... Who's the guy that always gets... What do they call that? The resurrection guy. Anyway, this plant is going to get resurrected. So I started pouring water on it. No, it officially died. Rest in peace, little jade plant. Yes, Lee, thank you. It was a Lazarus plant. Until it wasn't. Oh no, dead flowers are the best. They're the best. Absolutely. They have so much personality. They look so, I think they look so refined and elegant. Dead flowers are much better than live flowers. Plants have zodiac signs? Or does each plant, like, the type of plant correspond to a zodiac sign? If it has anything to do with plants, I just have no idea. Capricorn is probably like, nope, no plant. Capricorn does not have a plant associated with it. Capricorn's plant of association is a rock. So we are coming up on the end of the video here. There's only like 5 minutes left, 6 minutes left. Do you guys have anything else that you want to talk about for the next couple of minutes? If not, I might let you go early. I'm starting to get kind of a massive headache. Oh. So, Lisa, I did notice that your trees looked a little transparent. Paint didn't stick. Added water. So, to me, it looked like there was too much water, that your paint was too fluid. But if you watered it down too much because you were getting a lot of drag, that could be that your brushes were too soft. I had a little bit of that when I was doing the trunks. That's why I used my 1/2 inch flat to fill in the trunks. Because this canvas has quite a bit of tooth, and my detail brushes are pretty soft. So it could be that the canvas has a lot of tooth and your brushes were too soft. If you're getting the drag. If that's the case and you feel like you're just adding more and more water, use some matte medium. Seriously, that will really help. It will help take the paint farther without thinning it down too much. It will help make it fluid enough that it gets down into the texture. Yeah, matte medium would be helpful with that. Yeah, Eileen, but you're a December Capricorn. I'm talking about January Capricorns. No, the pizza's not ready. Stop it. I'm not leaving you guys for pizza. If I'm leaving you for pizza, I'll just say I'm leaving you for pizza, but I'm not. Take dead breaths. Oh, deep breaths. Thank you, Michelle. That's really appropriate that you say that, Michelle. I appreciate that. The deep breaths, yes. That was actually very appropriate to, you know, my week. So I appreciate that. Yeah, I thought about switching to my soft body paints for this part, Gwen, but I have to be careful about what I use because if I introduce anything new, then seriously, people, you know, can I just use this instead? I'm like, you can use whatever you want, but a lot of people aren't confident enough to just make a decision like that. Oh, I don't have that soft body paint. I don't care. I can just use whatever, you know, but so I do have to be cautious about that. But yeah, I was really tempted to break out the soft body for this part. My sinuses hurt really bad. I think that's where my headache's coming from. Because my sinuses are all messed up from the dust in the storage unit. Michelle. Hey, you guys were pushing Michelle to buy stuff, but she gave her the buying bug, and now she's got to buy stuff that she's comfortable with to satisfy that buying bug, because she's not going to buy your old Holland stuff. That's so funny, Gwen. So see, I try and be responsible with that. I'm going to be like, and go buy this, and go buy this. I mean, I don't make any money if you go buy that stuff anyway. I mean, unless you buy it through my Amazon affiliate link, and then I might get like 4 cents. So that's exciting. Oh yeah, I killed Venus flytraps too. I was like, easy. We have flies. Just set the Venus flytrap loose. Nope. Died. Oh, Amy, you're so sweet. But see, I know that some people do that because it's a thing, and I can see myself being that same type of person, you know, in a different situation. And so I am aware of that, and I try to be really responsible with that. You know, if it's not something I really like there have been times where people are like, what brand is that? What brand? You know, I show people in passing, I have this. Well, what brand is it? What brand is it? Well, if I'm not in love with it, that's why I didn't tell you what brand it is, because I don't necessarily want you to run out and buy it, because if it's junk and you hate it, I don't want you to hate me for telling you to buy it when I didn't tell you to buy it. So if I tell you guys I love this product, it's because I love this product, and I think you will too. But I don't, like I said, unless you buy it through my affiliate link, I don't make money off of it. Even the Fredericks, you know. They do provide me my canvases, but whether you buy it or not, I don't gain anything out of that. But I do really love their canvases a lot. I don't think it would look funny with highlights, Shannon. It would be different. You know, I guess if you were in a forest in this setting, I guess it would depend on what side of the trees you were on. One side would have highlights maybe, and one side wouldn't. So, yeah, definitely try it. And if you don't like the highlights, put black back over it. Shannon, I personally, if I did highlights here, I would probably be a little selective with the highlights. I'd probably keep the highlights up high because the light is low, right? And so maybe it's coming up, the forest is denser at the bottom, the light doesn't penetrate as much. I would kind of picture the highlights being up higher and then slowly fading out as it comes down. That's just my initial impression, but that doesn't mean it's the right. That doesn't mean that's the only way to do it. Atra, those canvas sheets are awesome, aren't they? You don't have any unnecessary paints, Deb? Really? None? None. Thank you, Gwen. I was glad that you got to make it today, too. We've missed you when you were on your can't get into Patreon break. Oh, see, Eileen, now you can go spend $100 on paint. Do it. Oh, good girl. You hit that buy now button. Good, Gretchen. I am supporting your art. I'm just, you know, I just want you guys to be honest. No unnecessary colors for realsies. Your art is buying paint? Is your art making art, or is your art buying paint? Let's be real, Eileen. We missed you so much too, Gwen. Shannon, no, just like here and there. We'll just kind of include people here and there. So it's still just the $15 people right now, but, you know, probably every couple months we'll have one with the $5 people too. I'm just teasing you, Deb. Alright, guys. This video has less than a minute left, so my big goofy face is about to get spread across the screen again. So nobody needs that mess. So I'm probably going to say goodbye to you guys because my head is seriously pounding now. Oh my gosh. Usually if I have a headache and we start talking, my headache goes away, but I feel like this is completely sinus. Just all that dust. It was horrible. Anyway, I'm excited to talk to you guys again next week. So even though we're not going to have a video this week, we'll still do our jam session next week. And hopefully I'll have some more information on the project that I've been working on for you. I might not, but we'll see. So I hope you guys all have a good evening, and I will talk to you soon. So, bye.